Welcome to This Week in Morgan County. I'm your host, Russell Mokhiber. Our guest this week is Regina Aamacha. She's the owner of Fleur de Lis Cheese Shop here in Berkeley Springs, West Virginia. Regina, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
How long have you been in the cheese business?
I guess it's been about 15 years. I've always eaten cheese, but as far as the business goes. Yeah.
What attracted you to cheese?
Well, I love it, and I was particularly fascinated with where the animals live. I like and understanding what they're eating and understanding how it transfers into the milk, and then the cheesemakers make the cheese.
You haven't been in business here for 15 years.
No, 15 weeks.
Oh, 15 weeks.
Here. 15 weeks here.
Okay, 15 weeks. And how is the business going?
It's going very well.
How so?
I sell out of cheese almost every week, and I keep filling up my case and then selling all the cheese and filling it back up, and it's great.
When I first heard you were starting a cheese shop here, I said, no way, a cheese shop was going to fly.
Yeah, I know.
What made you think otherwise?
Cheese, there are people that just love cheese. Cheese is like wine or chocolate. Yeah.
But you're doing spectacular.
Yeah.
What kind of cheese do you sell?
I sell mostly imported, but I have several domestic cheeses too. My cheeses are specific to the country of origin or to a specific area. It's deep.
Well, here, for example, you brought in this beautiful platter here. Well, let's go around and tell us what kind of cheeses you have on it.
Okay, great. I'll start with the Brillat Savarin. This is a triple cream brie, and there are many triple cream bries. And one of the things that I've been fortunate enough to be surrounded with lots of cheeses that I can compare them, and I can figure out which I think is the best.
Now, when I hear triple cream brie, I think heart attack.
Well, I think everything within, you don't eat a lot. I mean, if you ate the whole wheel, yeah, I could see that being an issue. But the thing about these cheeses is they're strong flavors, or they're really good creamy flavors, and you don't eat a lot. Typically, people eat like 4 to 8 bites of cheese with a platter, maybe more, maybe about 12.
Where's that cheese from?
This is from France. And there, like I was saying, there's triple cream bries, there's lots of them, but this one was Brillat Savarin, and which I think is the best. And it's the only one I will carry. I won't carry the other ones.
This next one.
This is Appenzeller. It's from Switzerland. This is actually the cheese that made me stop saying Swiss cheese and actually start saying cheese from Switzerland. Because when I found out about this cheese, I had kind of been talked to, like when in delis they say, do you want Swiss? Do you want provolone? Do you want American? Do you want cheddar? And this is the one that I had the aha moment where it was like, oh, cheeses from Switzerland. There's like 571 cheeses that come from Switzerland. So are they all just Swiss cheese?
No. When people think Swiss cheese, they think the ones with the hole in it.
Well, yes, they could be. Well, Swiss cheese to me means Alpine cheese because it's an Alpine region. And Alpine cheeses typically have nutty flavors. So you can recognize them, and they would be taste like Swiss cheese. But anyway, Appenzeller is from Appenzell, Switzerland, and it's one of my favorite cheeses from Switzerland.
What about this one?
This is Rosemary Manchego, and it has a little bit of rosemary on the end. They make the rind with rosemary. They pack rosemary around the cheese to create a rind to keep the air out. And it's sheep's milk. This is sheep, cow. This is cow's milk as well.
You don't sell just cheese at your shop. You have other things. What's this in the middle?
That's a venison pate with chestnuts and black currants. And it's amazing.
Can you eat it straight up?
Yeah, just eat it.
Let me try that.
Really good.
All right, so this is really good.
It's really good. Everything in my shop is really good. People come in and they just buy little pieces. People that aren't used to shopping in a cheese shop don't understand that you go in and you say, I would like to have enough for myself or for 2 people. It usually goes by the people, by how many people. So a 1/4 pound is appropriate for 2 people. So you don't go in and say, how much is a pound of this cheese? You say, how much is like a 1/4 pound? and then I cut it and I show you. Because people also, the packaging in the stores is kind of misleading because lots of times it's like 7 ounces or 8 ounces, sometimes it's 6 ounces. So no one really knows what a pound of anything actually looks like.
That venison is really good. Where is that from?
This is from Italy.
Spectacular. So you sell cheeses, you sell meats, you sell wines. Where's the wine from?
The wines, I'm very particular about wines too, and I'm particular about the grapes. I learned about wine from cheese. So I didn't study wine first. I studied cheese first, and then went to wine. And so I applied the philosophy that I learned studying cheese to the wine. So specifically, my Sauvignon Blanc comes from New Zealand. Okay, so that's a grape. Sauvignon Blanc is a grape and it comes from New Zealand. My Pinot Noir comes from Oregon because that's where I feel they are the best and they pair up with my cheeses. Can I tell you a little bit about the wine and the cheese pairing?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one, Chestnuts du Pape, is a wonderful wine that comes from France. That's a 2011 vintage that I carry, and I've paired it up with Roquefort. All of my stat sheets that I have actually are paired up with a cheese. So when I teach my cheese classes or when people come in and they ask me specifically for a wine, let's say they want the Roquefort and they want a wine to go with it, I can direct them easily to this. And they can also just direct themselves because I just keep these sitting on a music stand next to my wine so they can actually look at them.
So you sell wine and cheese and nuts, and do you sell bread?
Yes, I have several different sources for bread. They're usually crusty on the outside, like the French baguette or the boli. I also have some bread that's a whole grain bread with pumpkin seeds and cranberries that a local baker makes here.
And you get your cheeses delivered to you?
No, I have
how does it work?
I have to go and get them. I can't get any of my cheeses delivered to
Where
me.
do you go?
I drive to Delaware and meet a truck that comes down from New York, and I also drive to DC at Dulles Airport, and I meet someone there to get cheeses. And I do drive locally to farms in the area, and I pick up cheeses from small producers.
And you're selling out every week, which means you're traveling every week.
Every week, yes.
To get it.
Yes.
I was in your shop, I think it was Friday night a week ago,
Yeah.
and you were the only thing open you're across from Berkeley Springs State Park on Fairfax Street.
Right.
And you're the only thing open, and there was that sign, and a couple walked in from Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
and the woman, her husband described her as the Martha Stewart of Pittsburgh, and she runs a magazine called Table Magazine. Mm-hmm. And she was really impressed that here was a cheese shop in the middle of a small town doing really well. She was intrigued by it.
They came back, actually. They came back the next day and they had a wine and cheese pairing. But the thing that impresses people that know about foods and know about cheeses is the selection. When they come in there and they see that I have Stilton, and they see that I have burrata, and they see that I have these cheeses that are hard, not always easy to get, but sought after by people who are really cheese people, or chefs, or people who've traveled a lot and studied, or been to other countries and been exposed to the great cheeses.
What percentage of your customers are tourists, and what percentage are people who actually live here?
I think it's about 20% are local right now. Mostly over the summer it's been tourist, but I have 20% repeat business from 25411, which, because I keep track of that through my system and my register. And I do get people, though. I have people driving from Winchester and also from Frederick that are coming specifically to come to the town and come to the cheese shop. I mean, they're repeating. They're driving all the way back. But we also have the people that have the cabins here on the weekends and stuff. They come. So I have those are a lot of repeat people too.
Well, tourism is going to decline over the winter. What are you going to do to supplement your income? Because 70-80% of your income now is from tourists.
Right.
most of them aren't going to be there in the winter.
Right.
What are you going to do to supplement over the winter?
Well, I'm going to have the classes. I'm going to teach wine and cheese classes, just cheese, and if they don't want wine. And I'm also going to do platter design classes, which I love doing. This is one of the reasons I do the cheese business, not just the fact that I love cheese. I love to make cheese platters. I love to design. I love the color. I love to pair the wines up with cheeses, and I like to pair, like specifically, these kind of classes, these kind of platters, I will teach people how to make, and they'll get to take it home with them. So it's all included. They're also going to get a wine sampling while they're there. And then I want to do, like around the holidays, I want to do basket design for gifts and have people come in and actually make a basket and help them pick out the things too.
You must get customers who come over from the Country Inn. Country Inn's doing pretty well now.
It is. It's doing great. Yeah.
And are a percentage of your customers from there?
Mm-hmm. They are.
Because they probably can see it from the Country Inn.
They get referred. I have to say this because I am so grateful. All of the people in town that have businesses are all sending people to me. I'm getting so many people that come in and they go, oh, I was at the Country Inn, or I was at this, this shop or that, and they said, you have to go to the cheese shop. So I'm grateful for the people supporting me. The local people are really supporting me. The local merchants and the local people that live here.
And you're like the front end of a little boom that's occurring.
Good.
And were you going to do this whether or not, no matter what, in Berkeley Springs, no matter what the outlook in Berkeley Springs?
I planned on doing this, yes. Yeah. I planned this a year ago.
Because the little boom is the brew pub at Cool Font. The Country Inn is back. There's going to be a brew pub at the Old Antique Mall. So things are moving.
Well, I did cheese classes at the brew pub before I had my cheese shop. Before they moved.
Before they moved.
Yeah, actually, I played music there and did cheese. I call them cutting of the wheel ceremonies. I bring in a big wheel, big knife. They all come around. I cut the cheese. We drink beer and eat cheese, and then I sing.
Well, you're a musician.
Yes.
Well, you play the guitar. You write songs. You have albums out.
Yes.
And where will you be playing? Where can people look?
Well, I play at the brew pub. And as soon as they get the room finished, the extension, I'm going to be playing there. I'm going to run an open mic on Friday nights, and I'll be playing there. I play at the Country Inn, and sometimes I do shows right here at the Ice House, too.
And those two things are keeping you busy.
Yeah, they keep me pretty busy, and my family.
Were you born, give us a little bit about your history. Were you born and raised Berkeley Springs?
No, I actually moved here when I was 20. I had been coming here since I was 16, but I moved here when I was 20. I chose to move here because I loved it. It was beautiful, and I love the mountains. And my mom retired, and she moved here because I was here. And then my music career took off, so I started going and playing. I started traveling and playing. And then I decided, to come back. And I'm very happy to be here. The town's awesome. It's good. Everything's going really well. The people are, I don't know, it just seems like everybody's getting along really well. And they like cheese. Cheese makes people happy. Maybe I just see everybody and they're happy the minute they walk through the cheese shop. But,
So cheese, wine, chocolate, those are the three things.
How could you not be happy?
Do you sell chocolate?
I sell chocolate. I do. I brought this too. I have chocolate from Switzerland, but I also have this chocolate, Mayana chocolates. And these are amazing, but they're not just pure chocolate. Like the Swiss chocolate I just have dark chocolate and milk chocolate, but these are mixed. Like there's a bacon and chocolate shortbread, and there's one with marshmallows and caramel and sea salt. And
where are those from? Where are those chocolates from?
These are actually made in the West. The people who make these are 2017 award, Wisconsin.
How did you find out about it?
They walked into my shop. I had a shop in Clearwater. See, before I moved my shop here, I was in Clearwater, Florida. Okay. And they came into my shop there and brought me chocolate. And I was in the middle of coming here, and I throw them on the seat of my car when I was coming up here one trip and devoured them. And then when I opened here, I decided I placed an order. I can only order from them when it's cool weather, though. I couldn't get in the middle of the summer because it's so hot. So, but I'll be ordering again like next week.
How many cheese shops have you owned?
I started in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, where I learned about cheese from Beautiful Foods. And then in 2008, I decided to move to Florida. I had been doing this music thing where I was doing Rehoboth Beach, Berkeley Springs, Florida, Berkeley Springs, Rehoboth Beach, Berkeley Springs, Florida, and I just kept like running around. And when I went to Florida in Clearwater, I decided to open one. So I opened an art gallery and a cheese shop and a music place, a place for musicians.
And all three have been successful.
They have, because I don't try to get in over my head, I think is the key to my success. I mean, I do what I passionately love, but I don't try to take on more than I can handle.
Right.
You
And
know?
when I walked into the cheese shop, that's what I noticed. It was really small and comfy. And there was the cheese in the cabinet, what do you call that?
Cheese case.
Cheese case.
Yeah.
And there was some wines there.
Yeah.
And everybody who came in, you engaged and you were really excited about it.
This is tourist season, or we just got through tourist season.
Yeah.
A lot of the locals don't come out. And the last 2 weeks I've run an ad in the Morgan Messenger because I'm trying to reach the local people. And that's what I'm getting. I'm getting lots and lots of local people coming in now because they really don't want to be in town and be in all the mess. They come in the off season. And between that and my classes and the fact that I keep my expenses low, I'm going to be fine.
If people want to get in touch with you or see information about the cheese shop, what's the contact? What's the website?
Fleur de Lis. It's kind of an unusual spelling. It's the spelling for the flower of life, or like the New Orleans saint symbol. You know what I'm talking about? So it's FLEURDELIS cheese shop .com. Yeah, or they can just call me.
And you want to give your phone number?
Yes.
Okay, what is it?
727-742-8333.
And that's the phone number also if people want to sign up for the classes that you're going to be giving.
Right.
And
Classes are going to be on the weekend, so there'll be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They'll be between the hours of 1 and 4. They only last 10 to 20 minutes, so they call in to make a reservation, because as you saw, my seating is limited.
Yeah.
So they call in to make a reservation for 2 people, and I'm doing cheese, just teaching them about cheese. I'm doing cheese platter design, and I'm doing wine and cheese pairing. So there's 3 different classes.
All right. Well, congratulations on
Thank
your
you.
shop.
Thank you.
And thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And thank you for watching This Week in Morgan County.